What do you think, Bridget?
I'm thinking that...
You want to just start?
I'll just
If
start.
it works, then great.
Okay, so my name is Bridget Willard. I'm the office manager for Riggins Construction and Management. And we are a paper contractor from Orange County. And we've been in business since 1977. I joined them in 2006.
It's up.
It's coming up.
It's coming up.
It's not.
And in 2009, we hit kind of a bad spot. I don't know if anybody else in this room experienced a little bit of a financial crunch stress with the Great Recession upon us. And I sat at my desk and I said, what can I do? I can't just sit here and not work. I have to do something. And I'm definitely not a salesperson, and I'm not a construction geek, so I can't put proposals together. I can't go bid and estimate jobs. But I got a computer and I got time, right? Because that's the biggest thing everybody says, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time to tweet. Well, I have a computer and I have time. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to start it. And I thought, like she said, I thought it would be a failure because in 2009, there were nobody in the AEC industry on Twitter except for iFloor and Bergen Construction and me and Iman Nafa. I mean, there was nobody. It was a ghost town. And I thought, well, what I'm going to do is not rely upon my slides because I don't like slides anyway.
Bridget, I can switch for you.
Oh, you can switch for me.
So tell me when.
Okay, go to the next one. Aw, Daryl. See, Daryl I met on Twitter. This is why I'm here. It's teamwork right there. So anyway, the reason why I said this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to connect with people in Orange County, where we are, right? I don't care. If you're in Orange County and you're not a porn star, I'm connecting with you. Because there are spammers on Twitter, just in case you're wondering. So I'm going to connect with you on Twitter, right? I'm going to put you on a list. And if you're one of our clients, I'm going to follow you on Twitter and I'm going to put you on a list. If you're one of our subcontractors, I'm going to follow you and put you on a list. Okay, if you're one of our vendors, I'm going to follow you and put you on a list. Okay, the list is important and I'll tell you why later, okay? So my first tweet was something about saw cutting windows out because you needed more retail space, okay? What?
It's great. It's a good
Well, I
start.
mean, it's, you know, we're construction. It can't be
Right,
something
right.
stupid. Besides, I already worked all the stupid part out for my own 2 years previously. Because, you know, it does take a little bit to figure out the syntax and who's talking to who and who's seeing this, okay? So once you work that out, my general philosophy was I wanted to connect with people. And number one, we're still in business and we're still doing work and we want your work and, you know, we're not laying anybody off and please, you know, don't forget about us. But I also wanted them to know that we're an old company. We have traditions, we have integrity. We've been around, but we're not Luddites, you know? And so our first tweet was about that. I made a little slideshow video on our YouTube channel, which is still there. And that takes engineering because you have to strong back it and everything, right? So that's kind of in your realm. And so then I connected with iFloor, Bergen Construction. I connected with our safety guy, Teddy, and he asked me, what's happening? And I said, well, oh, there he is, Safety Teddy. He writes our OSHA compliance material. And he said, oh, I'm so glad to see that you're doing well in this economy. 17 June 09. I'm so glad to see you're doing well in this economy. But I said we're surviving and optimistic. So my message was getting across that we are surviving. Maybe not the best, maybe not what we'd like it to be, but we are still in business. That's why I wanted. Look at the logo, Riggins, 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 just like Coca-Cola does, right? Okay, so then, oops, you have to press play. So we'll go to the next one. Okay, then we had our first major problem. We started a project up in Chatsworth, and one of the chefs said, you guys are making tons of noise. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning. Ah, my head hurts, whatever it says, right? And I sat at my desk and I freaked out. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? This is our first negative tweet. And I was just like, I go, well, I know I can't ignore it. That's the biggest mistake people make. You cannot ignore it. You have to respond. So I said, oh no, but it didn't end there, right? I called on my superintendent. I said, Mike, you got this lady. She's really upset. You gotta go smooth it out with her, right? You gotta go talk to her. As he says, do the voodoo that he does. You gotta go talk to her. And, just tell her what's going on. I mean, we were building a mezzanine. You think we're gonna make some noise? We're gonna make noise. So, Sprint's hotspot failed me. So sad, I'm not connected to the internet. Ah. Oh well. Anyway, so here's the thing. I responded to her. Then, what do you think I do? I followed her and I put her on a list. You guys are smart. Then I saw this tweet. This is what it looks like outside of my office right now. Somebody ran over a hydrant. You want to talk about a PR disaster? I was freaking out. Freaking out. And I wouldn't have seen that because there's no @Riggins construction in this. She wasn't talking to me. She was just talking to all of her followers. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. So that was why it was so important to put her on a list and then listen to what your clients are saying, even if she's only an employee. Because whatever she thinks of us is still branding. It's not just what the guy that signs the checks or the proposals thinks of us. We want all of the people that work at his business to like us, right? So, of course, what I do, I call my superintendent again. Mike, we have a problem. He goes, how did you know about it? It's on the internet. That's how I know about it, right? So, but then the next month, her sentiment changed. Oh, it's so loud in here. She's talking to us. Riggins Construction. It's so loud in here, but Mike is super cool, so that helps. So already her heart is starting to change. So yeah, it's loud when you build inside of an occupied building. Yeah, it's loud. But she was starting to change her heart toward it. And of course I responded to her. Well, by December, she was publicly praising us. So you can take some negative sentiment, which is unavoidable, and I'm sure in road construction happens all the time.
No.
I'm stuck in traffic, thanks Caltrop,
Yeah,
So you
that's
never know what
Caltrop's
people
fault.
are going to tweet, right? Oh man, the 22 is all messed up. That's what people do, because when you're wronged and when you're upset is when you feel motivated to talk. People, to get somebody to say that when it's pretty amazing. So I was pretty excited about that. So the other thing is, people tend to say, Twitter's all about what I'm eating, or I'm going to the bathroom, or whatever. It's just nothing. It's just no purpose in it at all. But it is what you want it to be, and you are what you tweet, okay? So you can build a relationship. You can be a think tank. Whatever you want to do, it's all about how you want to use it for your business. Now, I want it to be seen as still in business, professional, with integrity, quality work, that kind of thing. That's what I wanted. So everything that I posted, that was in my brain. Whether it was something about how to improve your resume on LinkedIn, or because sometimes I do things that are social media involved. Like, you can't only talk about what you're doing. People don't like that. But I still wanted a general concept of we're professional, we have quality. So there's some of it that you can control, and there's some of it you can't, This, whatever they think about you is what branding is. So there's only so much of it you can control yourself by your own online behavior. Whatever you decide to do online, I mean, if you have a picture of yourself with a lamp on your head, standing on a table at a party, holding a colored drink, you decide whether that's discreet or professional or whatever. So you have to almost censor yourself, but you still have to be a human being, okay? So we don't want the lamps and the colored drinks with umbrellas in them, but you do want to be a professional person, because this is how you're making relationships today. I wouldn't even be standing here if I wasn't on Twitter and didn't connect with Daryl. So for me, it's been great, obviously, right? I mean, the age-old question, did you get business? Yes, but that's not why I'm talking about it. Even my account has been featured before. People think that we're a bigger company. Well, I want them to think that. Because who wants to hire somebody that's only 5 people? They don't realize we're a paper contractor. We sub out all of our work. We have a select group of people that we quality control, that we use over and over and over again, that we trust. Because we know that when they're in the field, they're representing their company and us. So, you know, but it doesn't mean we can't do a big job. We're on a really big job right now. So that's not a problem. Again, it's whatever they think of you. And when they start thinking of you and start tweeting about you to their own followers, to me that's a win. This is one of our subcontractors. They install window film. So then I said, when Daryl asked me, I said, okay, what do you guys think of us? I'm going to have to ask you. So I asked a few people, when you think of us, when you see our logo, just like when I was driving to work the other day, before I met Mark, Caltrop was meaningless to me. After I met Mark, all of a sudden I saw a Caltrop. I'm driving to work. Hey, there's Caltrop. That's where Mark works. Do you see what I'm saying? When you have a relationship with a person, the logo has meaning. So when people have a relationship with me, or with Tom, or with Mike, or whoever that works with us, they get a feeling or a sentiment about our logo when they see it. In fact, one of my followers sent me a tea bag. He said, I just feel like I have such a good relationship with you. It's like I want to have a cup of tea with you. And they used the hashtag market tea. You know, because it sounds like marketing. It's super clever. Love customer specs. You should follow them, customer specs. So this is what they said: quality, professional, engaged, thinking. Those are the words that they used when I asked them what they think about us. So some of it you can control. No, I'm not going to post a bunch of pictures of me partying in Las Vegas, but also whatever their perception of you is your branding. And so 4 years later, actually my mom was my 10,000th follower yesterday. She said, I want to sign up and be your 10,000th follower. She's 60. So, you know, that's what we've done, and I'm a huge Twitter enthusiast. If you follow me and tell me you're in this, I'll help. I mean, I'll answer any questions you have, obviously. Just write down my Twitter. Say, I saw you, I have a question, I forgot to ask it or whatever. I'll totally answer that. Okay? Well, thank you guys.
Thanks, Bridget. That was terrific. Not a lot of energy